Do I have a spa headband on? Yes. Are we questioning it? No, this is a safe space, so... Hello, my book friends. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Carly. This is Let's Read Into It. We are going to be talking about our March TBR hopefuls. I usually pick between like 5 and 6 books. Keep it low expectations. If you watch my February wrap up, I read 20 books. So I read more than the 5 or 6 books. And it's not necessarily that I read all in my like TBR. Like I think I didn't read like 2 books for my hopefuls last month because don't know, wasn't in the mood. I'm a mood reader. I read what I'm feeling, and I was on a huge hockey romance kick, so I read a lot of hockey romance. But this month I've picked kind of a wide variety of my TBR to go into to read. I wanted fantasy, I wanted horror, I wanted romance, I want a YA. So if you guys don't know, one of my goals for this year for my book goals is to read YA, get more into YA, whether that be YA fantasy or just YA in general. So I did put a YA in this stack because I'm putting at least one book in my hopefuls to like read for the month. That way I can at least get through some of them, because I did buy a lot when I decided this was going to be a goal over Christmas to have to read. But I have a lot. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is my little stack. Not too many, and a pretty like wide variety of like colors. I'm loving it. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Some of these I do not want to read like the blurb on, because I want to go into it, I don't know, just like blind. Don't ask me why, don't know. But the first book we're going to talk about that I would like to read this month is Hang the Moon. This is by Alexandria Bellefleur. Sorry if I mispronounce that. This is like set in Seattle, which if you don't know, I live in the Washington area near Seattle. And so I'm here for it. I like a local read because it like, one, I want to know how like accurate you're going to get. But 2, it just like, I don't know, like gives me a connection to the book. So let me read the blurb for you guys. Brendan Lowell loves love. It's why he created a dating app to help people find their one true pairing, and why he's convinced the one is out there, even if he hasn't met her yet. Or has he? When his sister's best friend turns up in Seattle unexpectedly, Brendan jumps at the chance to hang out with her. He's crushed on Annie since they were kids, and the stars have finally aligned, putting them in the same city at the same time. We've got a sister's best friend romance. Ooh, I'm here for it. And it sounds like we're just gonna get a straight like marshmallow man, which I don't read a lot. I like a good like alpha man, like alpha male, like love interest, but I also love a good marshmallow man who is just like, here, have everything, take my heart. Like, I'm here for it. So I think this is gonna be really cute. I'm excited to read it. Gideon the Ninth. I've heard a lot of this book. I'm not gonna read the blurb. I know some things about it, but not too much. My friend actually loaned me this book. She had a really hard time getting into it. She said the last half was the best. So I think I'm gonna like tandem read this because that's what she did. So I'm gonna try and do this and see if we get like kind of the same, where it's kind of slow going in. I've heard like mixed reviews if that's what it is, but I've heard the rest of the series is really good. So we've got to get through Gideon before we can get to the other books. So I'm really excited. I'm not going to read the blurb on this. I want to go into it blind and not have any expectations, besides it may be a slow start. So very excited. Love the cover. I've been like eyeing that book for so long, since I like last year when I made the goal of getting into sci-fi fantasy and reading those. I've been eyeing it, so I'm finally getting to it. Next, My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I am actually in the middle of this book right now. I am tandem reading this, and this is a horror book. This is the first in I believe it's a duology. I could be wrong. The second book, which is Don't Fear the Reaper, is already out, and I saw it and I was gonna buy it, and then I realized it is like that's the second book, and I can't read it yet. So I've started this, and I'm liking it so far. It's definitely got the horror genre down. You have a Native American woman who has had a really tough time growing up, has had a lot of like family issues, and what has helped her cope is horror movies, horror genres, serial killers, things like that. And so she's using that knowledge to basically, I guess, get through life. That's what I'm kind of getting. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm not sure where it's gonna go. I'm very early on, but I'm very excited about this because I really want to read Don't Fear the Reaper. So I'm really excited about reading this. So The Last Party by Cassidy Lucas. I've not heard anything about this book. I think I've seen it a couple times. My fiance actually bought this for me. He has a tendency sometimes he'll just like get books for me, and I'm not allowed to read the blurb, so I'm not going to read this one. I think he did read it and said it may be like a mystery thriller, which I'm like, oh, okay. But I've seen like, I don't know, I've seen this book around, but I've heard nothing about this, so I'm definitely going into it blind. If you've read this, let me know if you've liked this book. Let me know your thoughts. I'll probably get to this sometime this week. It won't take me long to finish the other one, but I'll probably get to this sometime this week. But you guys let me know your thoughts on it if you've read this. Next is The X Talk by Rachel Lynn Solomon. Seems like it's gonna be really cute. You have a fake dating, or fake that they have dated, and they are on a radio show together. It seems really, just really adorable. A really cute read. I actually want to read her other book as well, but I don't have it yet, which is The Weather Girl, where they're trying to get their bosses together. I want to read that one, but it's the same author. And so she just seems like a really cute one. I've heard that it may be a little slow burn, and I've heard some people that they said it's like spicy, but I'm like, this cover doesn't say spice. I don't know. It doesn't really say spice to me. But let's read the blurb. Shay Goldstein has been a producer at her Seattle public radio station for nearly a decade, and she can't imagine working anywhere else. But lately, it's been a constant clash between her and her new colleague, Dominic Yoon, who's fresh off a journalism master's program and convinced he knows everything about public radio. When the struggling station needs a new concept, Shay proposes a show that her boss greenlights with excitement. On The X Talk, two exes will deliver relationship advice live on air. Their bosses decide. Shay and Dominic are the perfect co-hosts given how much they already despise each other. Neither loves the idea of lying to listeners, but it's this or an unemployment. Their audience gets invested fast, and it's not long before The X Talk becomes a must-listen in Seattle and climbs podcast charts. It's another Seattle like romance book. I may have to read these like back to back. I didn't realize that. So it sounds really cute, really good. I'm excited. I'm excited to read these. I may do just like a little like weekend reading vlog, reading like Seattle romance books. So I'm excited about it. And the cover is just adorable. Next one, All the Stars in Teeth. I actually got gifted this. One of my like BookTok friends sent this to me. Like, look how cute. And the cover is just absolutely amazing. I didn't know there was a sequel, and the sequel's cover is beautiful as well. I'm very excited. I have not read the blurb on this, but it seems like obviously like pirates and maybe like mermaids, and I don't know. Not read the blurb, didn't want to. I want to go into it blind. Since I saw this at Barnes & Noble and it was in the YA section, so I believe it's YA. So I'm very, very excited about getting into this because I just want to like see what it's about. I almost read it. I almost read the blurb. But I'm excited to read what this is about. I think it'll be really cute and fantasy. I don't know. It's always hard to talk about books I won't read the blurb on because I'm like, I don't know. Hopefully it's not terrible. But if you guys have read this, let me know if you really like it. And if you've read the sequel, if that's a must. So I'll definitely be reading this very soon. I have a feeling I'll probably read all of these. Just because, one, they're not too long. The only one that's long is Gideon, and I'm probably going to tandem read that, so it won't take as long. But I'm very excited about these, and yeah, there's a real chance I could get through these. Then again, they're hopefuls, so who knows? if I actually get through all of them. So that is my March TBR hopefuls. Let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought. I'm very excited to get into these. But until next time, bye.